up, guys? This is going to be our 4th video for February. Is it still February? Yeah, it's still February. So this is our 4th video. So bonus video. Woohoo! I got an extra one done. I may not get them all done next month. We'll see. I have to go out of town again next month. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll do my best. Anyway, thanks again for the support, guys. I really do appreciate it. It means a ton. You guys help me out, and I'm happy to give you guys this exclusive content in return. So hopefully you guys like that. So video 4. I don't have anything for that big Venom to show you because I'm still waiting for that head cast to get shrunken down. And then eventually I'll have something to show you. But here we have the Magneto. And I think I already told you guys how I had to redo the lower legs. So then I went ahead and I just finished sculpting them up. So the boots are on there. I put a little paint on there. I have to do a little bit of fine tuning here and there with a knife. But he's good to go. His boots are done. His legs are all nice and stiff and tight. And the joints are all good and aesthetically pleasing. And the gloves are all done. I got Magneto's ready to go. He's rocking, he's rolling. I got the head to fit on there, and I also modified the cape. So here's what I did with the cape. I haven't done this before, so it was a little bit of an experiment, but it definitely worked out well, and I'm gonna have to do it in the future for things like this. So when you connect a cape on a figure, there's no real good way to do it. You can glue it, but since you're painting the figure, the glue can come off easily, and even if you glue it before you paint it, plastic doesn't glue that well. So it's always been a problem. The capes can come off very easily. I've talked to a few people about that specifically, and then just in general, it's kind of common knowledge, capes can be a problem. So what I did was I drilled a hole in his chest, a little tiny hole, and then I drilled a hole through this one purple ball on his cape. So I drilled a little hole that's the same size as the hole in his chest, like that big. Then I drilled a bigger one in only about halfway deep. So I countersunk a finishing nail. That's what I use. So there's a finishing nail going in there. And before I put it in, I actually bent it so that it was curved a little bit. So I'll show you why in a second. So the nail head is inside this purple ball. It's sitting there on like a layer of plastic, and then it has I put the sculpt back over it and smoothed it all out after I glued it in place, and I put that bend in the nail so that when I put it on him, I can kind of tuck that nail into that hole, and then even if I don't glue it, which I may not even end up gluing it because it doesn't really need it, to be honest, it holds the cape in place perfectly, and because of that curve, it's going to keep it in place a little bit better. Now, of course, the chest is concave right there, so it looks like it's not in place because I haven't glued it down, but we'll see. I might just leave that, and that will allow for him to move it a little bit more as he poses. I don't know. We'll see. It's up to the customer. But that way, even if I do have to glue it in place, there's not going to be barely any stress on the glue, and the cape cannot fall off. Even if the glue comes undone, it's still going to be right there. And especially what I may do, if he does want me to glue it, I'll just probably put the glue on the nail so that it's glued to the plastic internally, and then it doesn't have to worry about if it does come undone, it's not going to screw up the paint at all. I think that would be the way to do it. And then if that happens, you can just pull it out, clean the glue off the nail, and put some more glue on it and put it back in. So there's no risk at all of hurting the figure. So that's the way to do that. That worked out. I'm very happy with that. Wasn't sure how it was going to be. I also took the head back apart, and I repositioned the face inside the helmet. And now I have to also, of course, glue this one side piece down again, and then make sure the head sits flat again. It's sitting a little high right now, but the head's basically ready to go. So Magneto's done. A couple of tweaks here and there, and he's done. Next thing I want to show you is that Spawn figure I'm working on. I've gotten a lot more work done on him, and I'm liking it so far. I'm liking where it's going. I took out a lot of the material right here on the leg just so I could put his little armor piece in there without making it too thick. This way. The material itself is actually pretty thick because I took out the extra plastic. And then I just marked it where I'm going to put the spikes in there, so that one's done. And this one, he's got that big stupid boot that Spawn has, so that's all sculpt. I had to do that, and then I sanded it down, and I filed in the grooves in between, and it's going to get a bunch of spikes. I added his one band up here. He still needs to get one on the other side. I haven't done that one yet, but that one's ready to go. And then I also made this gauntlet, which I have to make a second layer because Spawn has like the main gauntlet, then another piece that goes on there and it comes forward as like a spike, or not a spike, but a flat pointy piece. So that's going to be a separate piece. And where that big circle is, there's going to be a magnet in there. And then the top piece is going to have a magnet so that can sit on there. And the reason that is so that I don't have his hands with me right now, but his hands are going to be interchangeable. But with this piece that sticks out over the front, you're not going to be able to grab the hand. So having this be removable, you can just pop it off and then swap out the hands. And that will work, and then you can just put it back in place. And the reason this is not connected to the arm is because I want that to definitely be movable with the hands. So if you want to take his hand and go like that with it, you don't want the spike thing. So let's say my arm is Spawn's arm, and you have that big spike thing coming down the front. If you turn his hand, the spike thing is going to be over the top, so you don't want that. So you want to be able to rotate that around, and the spike thing will stay with the top of the hand. So that's it with Spawn for now. I haven't figured out what I want to do with his head yet to get it to sit properly, but we're working on it. We're getting there. I wanted to get a lot of this other stuff done just so I have an idea of how it's going to work out. So I'm pretty happy with that so far, to be honest. In fact, adding these extra bits to this body makes the body look much better, and then moving the head forward is going to help it out a lot too. So the Hyperion body, we're making it better. We're making the Hyperion body better. And then lastly, we have this original design for Joshua, which I've gotten a lot more of the sculpt on him. I've started working on the belt piece. Let's see if we can focus here. Started working on the belt piece. That's getting there. I've added some straps down here and here, all over this area. His whole chest and back area has extra straps now. Started doing a little bit more over here. I'm fine-tuning this part up here with the horns a little bit. I've done a little bit more work up here. That's why it looks so rough. That's still doing a lot of filing and sculpting and things. Added some more armor. Gonna add some spikes to it still. Might add some, like a big elbow piece right here. I'm not sure about that yet. We're getting there. Like I said, every one of these little pieces, I'll do like a couple of them, but then they're all spread out across the body, so I can't really work on anything else without mushing them. So I have to just take forever and ever and ever. But he's getting there, and I know it looks rough, but once it's all painted up and done, I think you guys are going to think it's pretty cool. At least that's the idea. And especially you, Joshua. I know you told me you really like the ideas I've had so far, so I'm hoping to continue to suit your tastes. So there it is, guys. That's everything I have right now. I actually have a couple other things, but they're not anywhere worth showing you right now, so that'll do it. Thanks for the support, guys. I do appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoy these videos. I'm happy to make them for you, and I probably won't see you guys again until March, so thanks again, and I'll see you then.